it's at the end. If you start, just take a minute.
Okay. As most of you know, Wisconsin is one of the leading dairy producers in the country today. But did you know 21 million gallons of ice cream is consumed a year by Wisconsinites alone? And to 12-year-old Mary McCall and her dad, they were responsible for half of that. I made home in the people around me since childhood. Growing up in Wisconsin, it gave me a deep joy for people and a sense of family. When I moved to South Florida, I gained new connections and grew up quickly. Finally, when I moved to Jacksonville, I became responsible and met new family. I'm an emotionally aware person that leads with my heart in everything that I do. I was born in a small town in Wisconsin to a population of 500 people, and I gained a sense of community there. When I moved to South Florida, it was a slightly larger town, and I met new friends and still looked for a sense of community. Now, living in Jacksonville, even in a big city like this, I still look for community everywhere I go. Some of my morals are caring for others and becoming the best me. When I moved to UNF and stepped away from my past, I refocused my values on what really matters to me. I was a troubled high school student who was about to fail my senior year when I realized that I wanted to get my stuff together and become independent. So when I moved to college, I realized that education is here to serve me and I wanted to succeed with it. In my second semester of college, I had an ASL professor who I became really close with through conversations about coursework and him navigating life as a deaf person. On my second midterm, I talked to him about some of the course material and some of the questions that were going to be on the test, and I left the class feeling really good. When I finally got back to the dorm, I procrastinated my work and scrambled the last night to study for the test. When I got there, I was an anxious mess, and I took the test feeling really jittery and just not sure of myself. But when I left, I realized that that conversation I had a week prior helped me in succeeding on the test, and I got a good grade. My emotional side helps me with public speaking because it helps me communicate and connect to people, and I'm hoping that will help me succeed in the class. My emotional side has also helped me find people that connect with me as deeply as I do. Some examples of that are when I moved to South Florida, I moved there with my mom, and my dad stayed in Wisconsin, and he used to call me every day to make sure that I was doing okay, and we used to have 2-hour-long conversations on the phone about what we wanted to do with our life and what we wanted to do when we grew up. When I went through my first breakup in high school, I wasn't very close with my hometown friend, and he decided to reach out to me, and he just told me that if I ever needed a shoulder to cry on, he would be there for me. That formed a great friendship between us, and I used to go over to his house a lot, and we would play video games and just let the sad thoughts melt away. When I moved to college, I met my roommates, and I remember the first couple nights that we spent together. We talked about our lives and the trials and tribulations of them, and how we were super excited to become independent, but we were also super scared, and I still hold those memories very close to me to this day. In conclusion, moving a lot as a kid helped me realize that the only constant is people, and my emotional side helps me bond with others. Living in Jax made me realize that it's important to be uncomfortable because it helps you grow, and ice cream from Wisconsin serves as a symbol of connection because it makes a place feel like home. As Jessie Lane Adams says, ice cream is happiness condensed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got through it!
Did you have to include what you were afraid of with